Hey guys, welcome to a video called Aven Colony.
Welcome to the Aven expedition. As the governor of humanity's first colony outside the solar system, it's no exaggeration to say that the future of human civilization is in your hands. We've been in orbit for 300 hours since reaching Aven Prime, so no doubt you've had plenty of time to review the mission briefing. You'll be touching down on Vanar, which is the closest thing Aven Prime has to planet Earth. There's a great deal of plant life here, but don't be fooled. The atmosphere is primarily carbon dioxide, so we'll need to keep the colony hermetically sealed. We have a small settlement here, and you will assume command upon touchdown. There are no signs of intelligent life so far, but do keep an eye out. Your mission coordinator will be Vori Markov. She and I will be monitoring your progress closely from the colony ship. Good luck, Governor.
Alright, kind of explains what's going on. This is a colony simulator game, so I'll be given a starting colony and I have to build it up from basically scratch. So let's see what it's like. I'm going to do challenging difficulty. It's not quite the hardest, and definitely not the easiest. Just trying to familiarize myself with the controls. I did change them up a little bit so that I could not have to use my keyboard quite so much.
Commissioner Veronica is eager to see how you can grow this small settlement on Aven Prime. Here is your first objective.
Looks like the first thing that they want us to do is build a water pump. But I went through the tutorial, and I'm going to tell you guys kind of the basics of what's going on. We have this overlay mode, which as you go later on is going to come in really handy. On the overlay, we have air quality overlay, so it tells the quality of the air that people are breathing that live here. Next is the resource, shows where all the different resources are on this map. There's those. Next one's the housing overlay. Shows housing, which in this case is the Prometheus lander. And then it tells you how many people live there. And how many it can hold. Next is the colonist overlay. It tells you how happy they are. So the people that are working in the construction drone are 72% happy, while the overall happiness is only 60%. Next is the drone overlay, showing you all the different areas that the construction drone can reach. In order to reach in these areas out here, we have to put another construction drone down. Next is the structure integrity overlay. Tells us what kind of shape they're in, if they need to be repaired or not. Electricity overlay. How much electricity is being used. Employment. So all the people that work here live here based on this path right here. Next is the farming zone. You have 6 different base food plants. But then you have 6 different additional ingredient plants that later on you can farm these and turn them into things like candy bars and energy drinks and sodas and stuff like that. So basically, on their own, they're not really edible. Here's the water overlay, which is what we're going to need. Now you can tell that there's the legend. So the brighter the blue, the more water can be produced, with the lighter being the less. So here is only 50%, whereas here is 90%. We have the commute overlay. Basically, from what I understand, is that if people have to walk through different housing zones or storage depots or different things like that to get to where they're working, they get a commute penalty, and that lowers the overall happiness of your citizens. And then we have the crime overlay, which is kind of self-explanatory. The more bunched up buildings are, the higher the crime level is. So kind of think of it like you're in a big city downtown. It's going to have a higher crime rate than a small town. Alright, that's enough about the overlays. We'll go ahead and do this first mission. And so we need to come over here and click the little bouncing icon for the water. And we're going to put a water pump in because it's the cheapest. Currency is what's called nanites. Represented right here. I have 171 in my inventory. We're going to go ahead and put it down right here. And you have to keep things connected. Now obviously it's not connected here, but that's why we're going to put in these tunnels. And go ahead and connect it up. You can you can pause and play here, speed up here, but I have them key binded to different buttons on my mouse. So there's button for pause, there's button for increased speed. You can go up to 8 times as fast. Alright, we completed that mission.
Your colony could benefit from a higher level of food output.
So let's go ahead and build ourselves a farm. Now, each one has a different. The greener it is, the better the growth rate will be. We're going to try and find something that's going to grow well. I think melons look the best. And we want to find out where we can get the most amount of melons per hour. Fastest one I've seen so far, or the best, is the 7. Go ahead and put it right there. We'll speed up. Okay.
Hello, Governor. I wanted to remind you that the mission objectives from my team are here only to guide you. While several of these objectives are necessary in order to complete your mission, your first priority should be the safety of your colony. As an experienced colony governor, we trust your judgment, and I urge you to take your time and put your colonists ahead of your mission. Good luck.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and accept our next mission.
On how to best
Seems to be to build a turbine. Build electricity. Build a wind turbine. And it doesn't really matter where you place it. It's going to generate power. It doesn't have to be connected, but it usually helps. We'll go ahead and we'll stick it right here next to the water pump. Alright, we'll see what our new mission
I think
is.
another mining facility would be a good idea.
Alright. I want us to build a mine. So our nearest mineable resource is right here, which happens to be an iron deposit. So let's go ahead and build a tunnel. Build a tunnel starting here. We'll go up to there. One in right there. As soon as that's done building, we'll go ahead and put in our mine. You'll see that it says it requires 10 power. If you look down in our power little power window, it says we only have 48 available. So what we're going to need to do is, once we get this started, we're going to need to put in more power. We'll go ahead and put in another wind turbine. See, we got the little notification saying we have insufficient power. We'll get that put in. Should help. Now, we're going to go ahead and pause it. And if you look, so right down there in red lettering, it says power supply will be 35 in winter. So because our solar panel here, which doesn't actually tell you that, we'll go to energy. If you read it there in solar panel, it says generates electricity from sunlight and reflected light from the gas giant. Generates 50% power during winter. So whatever it generates normally during the winter months, it's cut in half. Which is why our power availability is only 35 in winter. So what we need to do is we can either put in another solar panel, put in another wind turbine, or we can go right after the geothermal generator. If you look right here, we have a geothermal vent. The geothermal generator can create up to 200 power, which should put us in pretty handy power supply for a while. Go ahead and put that down right there. Now we're gonna have to figure out how to connect it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna build a road back here. Oh, one more. I'm gonna build a road going all the way over to here. And one coming straight down here. Okay. And we'll go ahead and speed it up. We'll let the drone do its thing. While it's doing that, let's go ahead and check out what our reward is.
Progress of your colony. You may select one of the following resources.
Okay. So nanites is just another currency. Rice and quinoa is food. Now since our food is doing alright, with an increase of 3.4, so we have creating 3.4 more than what is consumed by the colonists, we'll go ahead and we'll get nanites, because later on those are going to become super valuable. Alright. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and upgrade this so we get another drone. So we have 2 drones that are going to start building. We're going to change the priority. I'm just kidding, I can't change the priority for upgrades. I just have to wait till it's done building.
A new mission is available.
Alright, and we are actually starting the geothermal generator, so we don't have to worry about that one. So we're gonna go ahead and put a copper mine on to try and generate some more metals. We're gonna do it in a laser mine, which is a 40% faster extraction. You know what? Actually, we're not. I never noticed that it says it destroys 40% of the minerals. We want those to last as long as possible. So we're gonna go ahead and put in just a regular mine to mine it. Now, if you've noticed, we've started winter. So it's a good thing. We're getting ready to start winter. So it's a good thing that we got that geothermal generator up and going.
Your colony could benefit from more residential space.
So they want us to build an outpost, which is just another location for people to live. People aren't quite so crowded. So we'll go ahead and build one and we'll put it right next to the other one. Go ahead and build. The next step that we need to do is we need to build a lightning tower. The lightning tower will draw the lightning strikes so that it doesn't damage our buildings. But in order to build the lightning tower, we need at least one energy battery. So we'll go to energy, electricity. We'll go ahead and build the battery. We'll put it right here, just on the other side of the mine.
We have some thoughts on how to
They want us to build what's called a nanite processor. A nanite processor, all it does is take metals like iron and copper and whatever else we mine and turns it into nanite. Which, as you can tell, when I hover over this, it says manufactures nanites from iron, copper, and kelko sludge. And so now that we got the battery up and going, go ahead and get one of these towers. Now, as you can tell, the circle is the range of effect. So what we're going to do is, because we want to get over there to that geothermal spot up there, we want to make sure everything else is covered along the way. Right behind our drone is where we're going to put this. Our food is dropping because it's winter and farms don't produce during the winter. So what we're going to want to do
Your colony could benefit
as soon as we get some
from increased
nanites,
storage capacity.
which we just got, we still don't have enough. So while we wait to generate, some nanites, we'll go ahead and speed it up. We got enough for a storage depot. We'll put in a little mini storage depot right over here. Gotta wait for it to build and we'll complete that objective. Hopefully we'll get some more nanites from it. 4 nanites, it looks like.
Well
Alright, we got
done.
another reward. We'll
I'm
go ahead and get
pleased
more
with the progress
nanites.
of your colony. You may select one of the following resources.
Because we don't quite have enough room for those 4 immigrants yet. So we'll go ahead and get the nanites first. And there's a way to get immigrants later. Alright, so we got plenty of nanites
The
now.
colony looks like it could benefit from a little bit more immigration.
Speaking of the other way, if we build an immigration center, we'll generate immigrants on a more regular basis. First thing we need to do is we need to generate more food. Now the greenhouses, they still grow during the winter. It's just 50% slower. We'll keep the melons. And we'll go ahead and put it right here. Now while we're here, we'll go ahead and upgrade our iron mine so that it upgrades 15% faster. We'll do the same thing with our copper mine. And as soon as we get 14 more nanites, we're going to put in another nanite processor. Put it in right behind the other one. And we need to get 25 nanites in order to get this immigration center. So we'll go ahead and speed up time until it gets to that point. Okay. So we'll go ahead and put the immigration center in. We're going to go ahead and build it right here, right next to our geothermal generator. Go ahead and upgrade our nanite processor so we can convert 50% faster.
Here's your next population growth target.
They want us to reach 50 population.
I'd like to recommend
It
that
wants
you
us to build a
increase the amount
habitat,
of
which is
residential
just another way for colonists to sleep. Oh, winter is coming. So we need to build another farm. What we're going to do is we're going to salvage our farm. Now hopefully by that point we'll have enough to make a greenhouse so that we can have more food for the winter. And we'll go ahead and we'll put a tunnel going right through there. We're going to go ahead and put in another water reproduction. This one's called an atmospheric condenser. It condenses the atmosphere to create water. One thing we can do is over here on our water pump is we can actually make it a high priority job so that we get more people so that we generate more water We got 40 nanites. We'll go ahead and build a habitat. We're gonna put it right here behind that lightning tower. Right, and I'm gonna put in right here next to that what's called an air or an intake fan, which should purify the air. Alright guys, it looks like that's all the time we have. If you liked it, comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more of it. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, it's Krimzan signing off saying, see you next time.